Hey guys, my name is Matimio, and welcome to another episode of Sunday Mailbox. This is a video series where you, the viewer, can submit your gaming or Battlefield-related questions, and then I will give my humble opinion on them. To get the formalities out of the way real quick, if you would like to submit your own question that could be featured in a future episode, you can do so by leaving a comment down below or by sending me a YouTube message. So the first question for today comes in from Dustin B, who asks, I have some concerns about destruction, and that being how much destruction will there actually be? The skyscraper in Siege of Shanghai was badass and all, so was shooting the pillar and dropping the tank underground so the recon could blow it up, but how much of it will actually be in the game? So, in all honesty, we don't know what all the other maps look like. We haven't seen anything other than this one in particular, but if we base it just off of Siege of Shanghai, it is clear that DICE is really trying to ramp up the destruction. If you just watched the live stream, people were firing rockets all over the place and stuff was crumbling to the ground. I mean, you're not going to be able to take down buildings, like every single building, like the skyscraper. That would just ruin the flow of the map, and DICE has said that while they're trying to incorporate as much destruction as they can to allow you to topple a lot of objects, if you were able just to destroy the entire city and pummel it to the ground, the map would be pretty useless at that point, and it would just be a giant rubble fest, which is not what they're going for. But what they did demonstrate is that if you shoot an RPG at a wall, more likely there's going to be some sort of room behind it that you can use to flank your enemy. There was one moment during the live stream where a guy shot an RPG, it opened up kind of like an alleyway, or it opened up this really long hallway that he then used to go flank around and take out his enemy, and it was so cool. And this was all over the place. Not only that, but there's also micro destruction at the top of the skyscraper and around objectives. It was basically like what we got in the Close Quarter DLC, where benches and furniture was flying all over the place, essentially like just exactly like we had in the Close Quarter DLC, but on a much larger scale. So if Siege of Shanghai is anything to go off of, destruction is going to be on a completely other level than what we currently have in Battlefield 3. So the next question for today comes in from Chelsea Mad, who asks, what do you think if you fell from a certain height and instead of losing lots of damage, you broke your leg or something and a teammate or yourself would have to perform a quick animation to fix your injuries? So I get a bunch of these types of questions where people try to incorporate some sort of function in the game, where it be if you shoot someone's legs or if they fall from a great distance, they are slowed or they're snared so that they don't run as quickly, just to kind of simulate what would happen in real life if you fell from a gigantic building all the way to the ground. I mean, your legs would be broken, you wouldn't be able to move anywhere. And while I get where these people are going, at the same time, it's like, the logic is flawed. Like, you want to have more realism in the game, and that's why you would have them break their legs and they wouldn't be able to move very quickly after that. But at the same time, you fix that injury with a 2-second animation, all of a sudden mends bones and you're back to tip-top shape. And so while I get where you're going with this, and I know a lot of people out there wouldn't mind having some sort of mechanic like that in the game, I don't see how it would really enhance the gameplay. I mean, you're losing health, so you're already at a disadvantage, and that's kind of why you lose health if you jump from a top of a building or something like that. But if you made it so that you literally would be reliant on someone else to come and save you, like if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you just jump from the building and land on the ground, you are stranded. Like if you don't have an ally in Skype or you're not communicating with your squad and no one wants to help you out, like you're gonna move very slowly to try to get back into combat to try to help you. So I just don't see this concept working in Battlefield 4, and I don't think it would really enhance the gameplay or make it more enjoyable. So the next question for today comes in from 360 Ninja Scope, who asks, hey Matimio, with the addition of Spectator mode, do you think there will be cheating? Example, my friend is spectating, he can tell me where all the enemies are, etc. So I actually brought up this question to Daniel Matros. He's the guy that is making the Spectator mode for Battlefield 4, and while he couldn't give me exact details, I basically posed this question, and I mean, while he didn't say it outright, I am like, almost 100% sure that they are gonna make it so that you can't cheat while spectating your friends' games. You'll be able to spectate matches that are live, but what they'll probably do is have a delay. If you guys have ever played something like League of Legends or really any other spectator mode out there, they put in like a 3 to 4 minute delay so that while you are still pretty much just watching it live, you can't just tell your buddy that a sniper is off in the distance, or you can't tell him that, watch out, there's 2 guys just around the corner, or wait just a second, oh, now they're not looking, run around and take them out. Like, that would be absurd. And DICE aren't stupid. They are thinking about all these different scenarios, and so I am almost positive that they are going to either have some sort of delay or make it so that this isn't a possibility. Now, the final question for today comes in from F4 Sundowners, who asks, while I was watching the Battlefield 4 live stream, I noticed that there was an angled foregrip. What do you think the angled foregrip would do that is different than the normal one in Battlefield 3? So as of right now, we know that there are 2 different types of grips in the upcoming game. You got the angled and the vertical. The angled is going to reduce your initial recoil, so this will be great on weapons like the G3A3, the AK, weapons that have a high initial recoil, but as they get going, they're really easy to manage. As for the vertical grip, this is going to increase your hipfire accuracy and also your accuracy while you're on the move. So this will make, let's say, the AEK or those higher rate of fire weapons more effective for those engagements. So basically what DICE is doing is just giving more options for that certain slot, which I can't complain about. I mean, sure, they're probably gonna have to balance things here and there may even be more different types that we're not aware of, and we'll just kind of have to wait and see, but those are the 2 differences. But those are all the questions that I'm gonna be answering for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Sunday Mailbox. If you would like to submit your own question for a future episode, like I said, you can leave a comment down below, or you can send me a YouTube message. But until tomorrow, guys, have a good one and take it easy.